NITA Johnson 1. Snatched to Heaven, Union with God. I would like to share with you about uncommon Christianity. What I am going to share is available to you if you will pay the price. What I am about to share is about the place of dwelling He designed for us from the beginning. I love to go for walks in nature near a stream, or by the ocean, or in a park where there is a lake. About 20 years ago, I was walking down a path with my secretary and friend. I used to take her out for walks probably 5 days a week. I would tell her, you choose whatever scripture or scriptures you want to discuss, and we will discuss those scriptures throughout our walk. We would do this for about 2 hours daily. There were times when I would be walking with her, and the Lord would, by His Spirit, take my spirit up to Him in the throne room or wherever He wanted to take me, and there He would speak to me. One particular time, while on one of our walks, He suddenly swept through me with a burst of explosive joy. It was so explosive that my spirit immediately left my body. If the Lord takes your spirit in this way, your soul can still conduct business on this earth, and Jesus also sends a heavenly guard to make sure you are kept safe until your spirit is returned. It is a unique experience in which the Lord makes provision to enable you to essentially function in 2 places at once. My friend was able to hear only my side of the conversation during this time when Jesus took me to His throne. My spirit was in heaven while my soul was here on the earth. My body was obviously responding tremendously to what was happening to me in heaven. The reason I am telling you this has to do with His purpose for taking me to heaven before His throne. He wanted us to know how much it means to Him to bring His loved ones into a union. As I stood before Him, He began asking me questions about creation while at the same time flooding me with light. He asked me simple questions such as, "Why do you think I created this?" I replied, "I don't know, Lord." I have learned that when He asks you a question, He is not really attempting to determine how much you know. He already knows what you know. What He is trying to do at that moment is to help you understand what you don't know. Isn't that sweet? Thus, He engages us while He heightens our desire for more of Him. So He began, "Nita, do you know why I made the sun, the moon, and the stars?" I replied, "No, Lord." "Why?" He responded, "So I could make the earth." Then He asked, "Do you know why I made the earth?" I replied, "No, Lord. I don't know why." Even now as I share this I can feel His Spirit again exploding in my heart with the very same love I felt that day. What a wonderful Lord! Back to the visit. He said, "So that I could make the trees and all the plant life." Then He asked, "Do you know why I made the plant life?" I replied, "No, Lord. Why did you make the plant life?" He said, "I wanted to create the ocean, fish of the sea and all of the animal kingdom." Do you know why? All I could say was, "No, Lord. I don't know why." He said, "So that I could create the garden so beautiful, so exquisite, and so fair." Although this may not precisely relate His exact line of questions, I have given you a summary account of very close approximation. While He was speaking to me, remember, He was washing me with a cascade of liquid light filled with healing love. It flowed down directly from Him, repeatedly washing over me. It was not exactly like standing inside a waterfall, as the cascade was inconstant. Instead of a constant rate of flow, these waters of liquid light and love cascaded down upon me like waves moving across the sea. What an experience it was! He then tenderly asked, "Nita, do you know why I wanted to create the garden?" I replied, "No, Lord. I don't know why." He said, "So I could create man." Painful thoughts raced through my mind. Thoughts, Such as, why? Why would you want to create the man who has given you so much trouble? There has been so much pain on this earth, and since you carry all that pain within you, why would you want to engage? I wrestled with such unanswered questions at that time in my Christian walk. If I could only receive answers from my Father, it seemed they would heal the deep hurt I felt over what we as humans have done. He heard my thoughts before they even entered my mind. He answered gently, I knew before I created man what would happen. I knew I would have to send my Son to redeem man from sin. I knew. However, there was an aching and a longing so deep in my heart that only this one dream could satisfy. This dream was the hope of the day when a vast community of believers would come to love me enough to give up everything to have me living inside them in such a capacity as union with me can give. And NITA, you don't know passion such as your God feels when he feels passion. While he said this, the liquid light and love continued to flow over me. I felt completely overwhelmed. He said, I'm going to let you feel just one teardrop of my passion. Think of how minuscule is the size of a single teardrop. He let the teardrop fall upon me. The amount of his passion for us contained in that single teardrop was so enormous, so magnanimous, and so forceful, that it felt like he had poured into me the whole of heaven itself. The love and passion contained therein caused my heart to hurt so much that I thought I was going to die. It was, however, a wonderful hurt that carried with it a divine longing and full expectation of the longings being met. It was not a longing that ached from a lack of satisfaction, but one which he fully intended to satisfy. So although my heart ached with such intense pain, the pain was also filled with divine love and expectation. His longing was coming from the fact that he missed having a people of such caliber who would pursue him above all else. It could be likened to the intense natural longing that forms in a mother while she is carrying a baby in her womb. She yearns for the baby to go from the womb into her arms so that she can embrace and love her child. In that same way, he just wanted to hold us. He intensely desired to be in us, not just in our spirit but on the throne of our soul in union with us. He longed for that link and connection. He was so hungry for each and every one. He longs for you with an unquenchable yearning that only union can satisfy. God knows and understands passion like no human being can experience. He wants you. The bottom line is that he brought into existence all of creation so that he could have union with us. Isn't that amazing?